Good morning students. Let's see the practice set 13.2. In this practice set 13.2, in each pair of the triangle given below, parts shown by identical marks are congruent. State the test and one-to-one correspondency by vertices which triangles in each pair are congruent and remaining congruent parts. Now let's see that this is your given first diagram. In this figure what they have asked, by which test these two triangles are congruent. So which two triangles are there? MST, this one, and TBM. So in these two, see these two angles measures are given 90 degree. So angle MST equals to measure of angle TBM given 90 degree. And next is hypotenuse side. This, because it is a right angle triangle, these two are. So MT congruent to hypo TM. Both are which side? Common side. Both triangles common side are there. These two. This triangle also this hypo and this triangle same, it is a common side. And one more thing is given congruent. This side congruent to this side. So side MS congruent to side BT. So which test it is now? Hypo and side. So therefore triangle MST congruent to triangle TBM by hypotenuse side test. Which congruency with which congruency? Hypotenuse side test congruent by under the hypotenuse MST corresponds to TBM. MST corresponds to TBM. When you fold, this B comes on S, M on M, M on T and T on M. Okay. So this is the first one. One more thing it is asked, except this, again which sides and which angles are congruent. Now which side is congruent now after this? These two. So you can write it side MB congruent to side ST. What we can write? Congruent sides of congruent angles. Congruent sides of congruent angle. CSCA. Congruent sides of congruent angles. You write down in full form. Now two angles are again congruent. Which are that? This M congruent to T, this side T congruent to this S. So this angle's name is what? Angle SMT congruent to, see, angle SMT, this to this, MTB. And one more angle is this one now. Angle TMB congruent to angle this congruent to this STM. This is called congruent angles of congruent triangles. CACT. Congruent angles of congruent triangles. Here congruent sides of congruent triangles only. Congruent sides of congruent triangles. Next is now second figure. See the second figure now. This is your second figure. This congruent to this it is given, this to this, and names are P, Q, R, T, S. Okay. Now same thing we have to write here. What we have to write now? Same way. First they are congruent by which test and which head. Now see, this to this is given, this to this is given. And now this angle is not given, but already we know vertically opposite angles are congruent. So these two triangles are congruent by which test? Side angle side. Okay. Now we will write. This is given. Side PR congruent to side RT. And second, which side is given? Side QR congruent to side RS. Given. Already it is given in you. And now these two angles. Angle PRQ congruent to angle SRT, vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. We know already property, vertically opposite angles are congruent. Starting this one more is left. You have to write as usual in triangle PQR and triangle STR. That you can write triangles name, no problem. You can write PRQ also, SRT, triangles name any according to your own you can write it. Now from this two sides and one angle, so side angle side, it is included angle. So SAS, test these two triangles are congruent. So triangle PQR is congruent to triangle STR by SAS test under which congruency? Now congruency, write correctly. Triangle's same name will be not the congruency. So PRQ corresponds to, P corresponds to T, Q to S. So TSR. PRQ to TRS. TRS. Now again left remaining things. This like this way. Which extra remaining things are congruent here? This side to this side. So where we'll write now? Side PQ congruent to side ST. Congruent sides of congruent triangle CSCT. Again two things are congruent. Which are that? Angles. Two angles are congruent. This P to T. So angle QPR congruent to angle RTS. And next is this Q to S. PQR congruent to RST. This is what it is. Congruent angles of congruent triangles. Okay. These are the remaining. Now third one you complete it. Same it is one figure given. First write down by which test these two triangles are congruent and remaining congruent parts. Last one, it's very simple sum. Already they have given to you the triangle ABD and triangle CB are congruent by A test. Again it is asked which additional information is needed. One additional information means one information is given, that is segment AD congruent to segment EC. Now AA test means one side is given. Now we have to identify which two angles are congruent. So which two angles are? So you have to write the following additional information is needed to show triangle ABD congruent to triangle EBC. That is angle ADB. Just now we have written. Same figure is given. You have to write these two triangles name and these two triangles name from your figure. Angle ADB congruent to angle CEB and second angle DAB congruent to angle ECB. Same. Names are different. Here names are given ED, EC and middle one name is given B. So this the following information is needed to show this. Two angles should be congruent. Okay. Already all sums I have solved. Only one sum I have given to you as a work. Okay children. So here we completed the congruency lesson. and one last quadrilaterals. No, I have sent only one practice set. So after this I will continue the next part from this. Thank you, students.